Hey everyone, I just wanted to briefly share some thoughts. I just wanted to share my initial reaction to finding out about Charlie Kirk. It's devastating. I'm still in unbelief. It just feels so unreal. I am heartbroken. My heart has been grieved since yesterday, since finding out about him being shot. Um, I'm still in unbelief. I literally saw Charlie Kirk last week. Literally 1 week from yesterday, I saw him. I was physically with him. Um, and it's just, I'm lost for words. I'm still in shock. I really am still in shock. I can't believe it. Um, Let me try and gather what I want to communicate to you guys. I wanted to share a couple of scriptures and kind of share what it could potentially look like, for us as Christians in the future, what is to come. Um, I know I've been very vocal about what's been going on in the world as far as like the Antichrist spirit coming against God and God's original design for marriage, family, etc. I've been very vocal about how we are living in the last days and how Jesus is coming back, and how certain things have to take place in order for him to come. I know there's a lot of things, videos being out there talking about how the rapture is going to happen September 20th, 25th. No, I didn't want to. I wanted to make a separate video. I've been wanting to talk a little bit about that. But in honor of Charlie Kirk, I'm going to stick to um, Charlie Kirk's legacy, his life, and kind of sharing just what I think, what I see, for us as Christians, as believers, as people who love and fear the Lord. Um, Charlie Kirk was a truth teller. He was bold, he was brave, and most importantly, he loved Jesus Christ with all his heart. Um, he wasn't ashamed of the gospel. He was very bold and brave. Again, like I just said, he was a truth teller. He was murdered because of speaking the truth. He died because of biblical principles. I don't believe it has anything to do with politics. It has everything to do with the truth, what the truth is, and what the word says. Everything that we need to know about life is in this book. Charlie Kirk was murdered because of standing on biblical principles, because he spoke the truth. In Matthew 24, verse 12, it talks about how in the end, and talks about the end times in this chapter specifically, but it also talks about, because of lawlessness will abound, the love of many will grow cold. And the fact that there are so many people who are celebrating Charlie Kirk's death is pure evil. It's demonic. It's so, 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 so evil. I have been seeing videos of people talking about these people who have made videos celebrating his death, and how there's so many hate comments. I haven't stumbled on any. I don't want to, because it probably will stir something up in me. Although I did just recently see something by a pastor. So I was curious, honestly. I wanted to see, because I know that there are some people who leaned left as far as like pastors, and I was curious to see if they were being vocal or sending their condolences to Charlie Kirk's wife. So of course I typed their name in the search bar and I looked at their stories, and sure enough, I didn't see any remorse or anything in the past 24 hours. I did see that they reposted another Black woman's voice of how they don't understand how men are mourning over this man who was very vocal about how a lot of the gun violence came from the Black community. Again, I want to say that Charlie Kirk was a truth teller. And it's just, that's the one thing I did see. And boy, I just was like, it took a lot for me to kind of like not respond back, because what good does it do when we argue with people who want to live in delusion and want to believe the lies of the media, believe the lies of the enemy? What good does it do to have a conversation with a fool? The Bible clearly talks about, communicating with fools and arguments and such. I did see a variety videos from different angles of that heinous act. It's disturbing. It's very disturbing, and it's so heartbreaking. And just it's so heartbreaking. And also in another thing that I was reminded of too after this act of violence was from Genesis in the beginning, when Cain killed his brother. Yeah, in Genesis chapter 4 verse 10 it says, and he said, God said this, and he said, what have you done? The voice of your brother's blood cries out to me from the ground. And earlier in that chapter, in verse 6, it says, so the Lord said to Cain, why are you so angry? Because of anger, Cain killed his brother. And Charlie Kirk was a truth teller. So again, people don't like the truth. They don't believe the truth. They don't want to believe it. They don't want to listen to the truth. And that's why God says in his word, because they did not love the truth, he sent them a strong delusion to believe the lie rather than the truth. And so that stirred up anger that offended people. The fact that Charlie Kirk was speaking the truth, it offended people. It made people angry. If you've seen videos of Charlie Kirk having conversations at different universities, you will see that many people disagreed with everything that he said and even became angry, and some manifested. You could see it. You could see just the anger. And there are some people who had peaceful conversations with Charlie Kirk. They were really wanting to understand why he took a stance on certain issues and matters, and it was very peaceful. But at the end of the day, Charlie Kirk was murdered because he was a truth teller. Um, he was a truth teller. He shared the gospel, and you know what? I feel like he did a lot more than what any pastor has been doing in the churches in this day and age. And Charlie Kirk doesn't even have a church, or he doesn't, he's not a pastor is what I'm saying. And he was going out there sharing the gospel and sharing the truth. And so it's just, there's a lot of, I don't know. And what's crazy is just the other day I was actually talking to my mom. I was venting a little bit about how I really feel concerning the body. I opened up about, and this was just what, 3 days ago, I was being very vocal about how there are so many cowards in the church. No one wants to speak up. No one wants to speak the truth. They see stuff behind the scenes, but then when this is what they literally do, I don't see anything. I'm not going to say anything. And it's like, what are you doing? Why aren't you standing for righteousness? Why aren't you standing for holiness? We are supposed to be truth tellers. We are supposed to call out evil. We're supposed to call out and correct and rebuke. Like, why are you so afraid to be vocal about certain issues and matters in the church? Um, there's just a lot of people who have been silent with things going on in the world, but if we're being honest, it's also in the church. Why aren't we being vocal in the church when we see something that doesn't look right? Um, Again, there's just a spirit of murder, really, running rampant, and it's evil. It's pure evil. Um, and I've said this before in previous videos. I'll say it again. But if people can't assassinate your character, they will attempt to assassinate you. Um, so it's just really, it's devastating. And my prayer for all of us is the fact that the media allowed Charlie Kirk's assassination to be seen for all is disturbing. It's disgusting. But that is their way to instill fear in Christians. It's as if it's a warning to Christians. If you speak up, if you speak the truth, this is what's going to happen to you. We will kill you. But let's not allow that to instill fear in us. I feel like there are two types of people. There are people that did allow fear to enter. They got scared. They might be silent. They may stay quiet. And there's another group of people like myself who are going to take a stand, who are going to be even more bold, and who are even more on fire for the Lord and for the truth. And they don't want the truth to come out. And I also posted too of do not, it says, do not be afraid of them who want to kill your body. Fear God who can both destroy your soul and body. Do not be afraid of them who want to kill your body. Fear God who can both destroy your soul and your body in hell for all eternity. That is just such a scary thought. Um, how the Lord tells us, do not be afraid of what man want to do to you. In Joshua, it says, have I not commanded you? Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid, for I am with you. I don't know, guys. It's just, I'm devastated. I am grieving. I've been praying for Charlie Kirk's wife, his two beautiful children. It's sad. It's heartbreaking. Um, yes, he is not on this earth anymore, but he is in the presence of the Almighty. He is with our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Now, was it God's plan? No, I don't believe this was God's plan. But God will take what the enemy meant for evil and he'll turn it to good. Like in the beginning, when I just read about Cain and Abel, was it God's plan for Cain to kill Abel? No, it was never God's plan. Murder was never God's plan. It's just evil. It's a root. It is a root that is unfortunately here in the ground. And it will always stay rooted until Jesus Christ comes back again. And that's just the honest truth. So join me in continuing to pray for Charlie Kirk's family. Again, I just saw him a week ago and I'm just still kind of in unbelief. It's sad. It's so sad. His kids aren't going to have a dad. And it's just so heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking. And these people who are celebrating, it's disgusting. It's disgusting. But, God sees everything. God will take care of it all. But that's all I have to share. We know what it says is to come. We know what's to come, what is coming. Persecution's coming to the church. So you guys have a good week or try to. Um, and yeah, I'll talk to you guys soon.